I'd like to have just everything, 4,000.
Yeah, I think we might just be too far off on the stuff, man. Oh, are there more?
Two wristwatches.
Cool.
And then there's some coins in here.
Let's see.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
It's one of those days, huh?
Yep, one of those days.
We've been not busy all week, and then all we've done this morning is bought big bunches of stuff, so.
Yeah. Well, here's some more for you to look at.
Cool if I just start going through stuff?
I've got pocket watches, wristwatches, and coins.
Okay, cool.
And the coins are probably, now I've got some old nickels in there. Not very many, but the rest of them is, of the coins is, I think it's face value stuff.
Okay.
The watches, the pocket watches, they run.
Okay.
All this was my dad's collection. He passed away.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
And we sold a lot of the really good watches. Were all sold. And we still got some pretty good watches here.
Okay.
And they just need to be wound. They haven't been wound in a while. And even those, I think they're all wind up watches.
Okay. Guess he was a big watch guy, huh?
It was just before he retired. I guess he was a pack rat anyway. He had a little bit of everything, and he just really got into the pocket watches.
Yeah, pocket watches are nice. We've had some that, even if they're not gold, some of them can still be just crazy expensive. So, a lot of your Hamiltons or.
Yeah, he had like 467 at one time.
That's crazy.
He used to have I don't even know if we still got it. It was a truck driver's watch. The hand set right here so the driver.
Yeah,
could
so
see
you
it.
could see while he's driving. That's pretty cool.
It was shaped like that size your wrist. He liked, there was some club, and he liked one knife of having 15 years in a row the knife of the year.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what organization that was, but.
So it's probably the best knife that they deemed came out that year. Because I think.
And this one here's got, well, there's two of them that are like tarnished. The rest of them are.
Yeah, so like, it's a National Knife Collectors Association. So like, this one was a kissing crane and this one's a case. So they probably just did their own variation of what the best knife was that year.
Best
So
one
that was
of the year. Did you have any prices in mind, what you were hoping to get?
I really.
How y'all doing?
I really don't. I believe,
Just looking around?
I'm not sure, but I think all this is maybe probably face value. I
Okay.
think there might be another pocket watch in here. No? Tell me what that is. Is that just a commemorative piece or something?
Is it for a Lincoln?
It's for a Lincoln, yeah. He never drove a Lincoln. I don't know what he's doing with that. It's a blank. But it's probably gold, I don't know.
Drop in any mailbox, postage guaranteed. I don't know. I'll look it up and see if I can figure it out.
That might be the equivalent of what they do today where they send key fobs
Maybe.
in the mail.
That could be.
Luckily, we actually just bought a big bunch of watches just like this
Really?
recently, so it's gotten a little better. It's funny, it's always the Hamiltons that are the most expensive and the Lord Elgins, and then the rest of the stuff is probably all going to be about the exact same price. So, but I always pull out the Hamiltons and look those up first. There was one more. So it's crazy what people collect over the years, you know. They put together a big collection over time, but it's funny because it's when you see collections like this, it's always the same stuff. Coins, watches, knives. That's it. It's all, and then guns. I'm sure he had guns too.
He had guns, yeah.
Yep. I was gonna say that's usually how it goes. This one actually has a model number on it.
Wow.
Oh, I never have model numbers. The only thing with watches that's kind of sucks, these older ones, they don't have model numbers on them.
Yeah.
Most of the time, 99% of the time. So you have to like Google lens them and then try and go find sales that way, and it can be pretty tough.
Do you do a lot on eBay? Do you do stuff like that too?
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff on eBay.
Mhm.
Like all these will be eBay.
Yeah.
So. All right, so on the knives, while we continue to look this stuff up, do you know what you were hoping to get out of these? Approximately
I was hoping like $3,000
for the knives. Okay.
just for the knives. That's like a little over 200 a piece.
Yeah. The
Some of them might be worth that, and some of them might be worth a lot
Yeah.
more than that. I don't know.
well, and like in value of the knives,
Mhm.
what he came up with, and this is using. So we use like sold listings on eBay. This is how you go off of to find value on stuff.
Mhm.
But like value of the knives is only like $1,000. That's why I was wondering. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say I wanted to kind of see where you were at before we go through, everything, because when we value stuff, we just go on eBay and find the same thing. These are probably gonna have a little, like, for instance, this case knife is probably, if I had to guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, more valuable without this on it than as a regular case knife.
It probably is.
So
without what? on it?
without
Without it being numbered.
without it being these and the numbered stuff,
Gotcha.
it's probably better as just a regular case knife. Because case knife collectors are weird. We've had because we sell a ton of case knives. I mean, we deal in case knives all day, every day. They're really weird about stuff being marked on these, unless they're in like those boxes, like the UK ones or the Bass Fever, Dale Earnhardt, specifically for that. Like if you get like a one with like a company's name on it, hang it up, it ain't gonna sell. No one will touch it. So it has to go on eBay.
They want to be original case knives.
They want case knives without any of the markings, without any of the stuff, and I'd say that's probably one of the better ones.
It is. I think
Yeah.
there was only like 3 or 4 case knives in here. And then this one was a kissing crane, but it's a nice kissing crane.
Then there's probably a couple.
There's
in
2
here
more.
that
I
are-
think there's like 1 or 2 more case knives, and then everything else is charade, hen and rooster.
Yeah, and see, like that stuff's gonna be your case knives are where the value's gonna be. But like in terms of this stuff, like the actual value of what I would sell it for is probably $1,000 to $1,100. So that's why I was trying to figure out where you were at first before I. But if you want, I mean, I can go through and show you sold listings. I'm not trying to pull your leg. I mean, I'm not trying to
We got
just tell
another.
you something. So
We got another brother that we'll probably talk to.
yeah, no, it's fine, totally, definitely. You don't want to sell yourself short.
So
then
are you saying you would give me 1,000 or that?
that's what I would
that's-
sell it for.
That's what you would
Yeah.
get out of it.
Yeah, that's what I would sell it for. So, my price would be probably somewhere around 6 to 7-ish, around there. So, do you know what you're wanting out of these watches?
Well, oh, thank you. Well, no, I don't. I have no idea I have no idea on them.
Well, there's some decent ones in here. Like, I mean, you've got one in here. This one. This one's like $120.
Yeah, some of them looked at the other day.
Yeah, a couple of them are $100. They're most gonna average between $40 and $80. Like these Gruins, they don't go for $30. So like this bag of watches would be something from me. It's about the same value. I'd be around $600 on these here. So see if you can figure out what that is. It's bothering me.
It's bothering me.
Not
Well,
what
not,
it
not
is.
as much as my brother. My brother that's not here, it's eating him up.
I don't know why it says that on the back like that.
Did you want to look at the pocket?
Yeah, I
watches?
can take a look at them.
Some of them might be worth some of them might not be worth anything. I don't know.
Well, you've got a couple Hamiltons, and so those are always going to be worth something. So.
Yeah.
Now, how much? We'll figure that out. But Hamiltons are always good. I know the Waltham will be fine. The South Bend will be pretty good. I haven't heard of Rockford.
It's a collector's key for a Lincoln Continental. Surprised. I honestly didn't think it would have much value to
It's
it.
worth like $100.
It really?
I'm surprised. I didn't think it was going to have any value to it.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
like
it was
$100.
something- I thought it was something you'd toss.
That's weird.
A lot of them probably did toss it. That might
Yeah,
be
that's-
worth
yeah.
money now.
Wonder if you've ever seen anything like that too. I know what it is. I just want to see what you thought it was.
So, tag for
It's a toe tag.
it's a tag for someone that you would hook onto them if they die, right?
Uh-huh. on reservations, Indians.
Yeah.
It says Wyoming Territory on
Yeah, I
it.
see that. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
probably.
Look that up, see what that's going for. This one might be worth something. I have to use a big research on this guy.
I think it was one of the better ones.
Hmm.
I think it was one of the better ones.
This
Yeah,
Frankfort.
one from the last collection we had.
Yeah. And it's a 21 jewel, which is nice. Looks like it's a couple $100. I'm surprised. Oh, were there more?
Oh, there's 2 layers to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was 2 layers.
I don't know if you've seen them or not.
I didn't. Washington Watch Co. That's another one I haven't heard of. All right. Apparently there's a whole other section.
Yeah, I see that.
I found one of those toe tags.
Yeah, I found a few of them when I just looked it up too.
Wyoming Territory,
Yeah.
$49.
Yeah, I saw them anywhere from like 50 to $80.
Oh,
It might be worth more because it's actually got a number.
yeah.
The ones I found were all blank.
Oh.
So I don't know if that, see
It
these little,
might be recorded somewhere then.
yeah, see how they're all blank,
Yeah.
blank, blank. There's none that are actually numbered, so.
This one's got a number and they got $199 on it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's probably, if I had to guess with the numbers, probably $100. I would say is what maybe the value would be.
Mhm.
Just seeing the ones that sold without the numbers for anywhere from 50 to $90. So
Just a conversation piece to me.
yeah, it's definitely different. So, did you know what you were wanting out of the pocket watches?
I'd like
Is
to
that-
have about. I'd like to have just everything. 4,000
For all the pocket watches.
pocket watches
And
and,
that.
all that together.
Yeah.
That's the last of his collection.
Yeah, I think we might just be too far off on the stuff, man. Unfortunately, your best ones obviously are these. Where's that other
What
Hamilton?
would you?
These
What
two.
would you offer for the?
Well, I've looked
Oh.
up. I've looked up this with the exception of like this one.
Right, I
And then
gave it
what
to
was
my
that
dad.
one's value?
It's a couple $100.
Couple hundred, okay. So with the exception of this one, because it's not worth anything, and
No.
then you said that one's a couple hundred. But like this
Broke, it sucks.
here, total value is about $11.75 for what's in here. That's what it's worth, and I haven't looked any of these other than one up, but I didn't include that in the value. That's just this one, obviously with the exception of this and
Right.
these things, whatever, the stuff like that. So, so like I say, we might just be a little far off on this stuff because
What would be the most you would?
like for this and this.
Just everything, all the watches.
So like, because I haven't looked into these yet. So like these, I'm at like $12.50 because I offered 6 here, and then this is like $11.75. So I'd be probably $6.50ish here. Because again, when you put them on eBay, they take 15% in fees. I'm responsible for shipping it, doing all that stuff. So that's where like when I make my money is
Yeah.
after the fees and all that crap. And so I really don't make that much on you. I'm paying you 60%, so I'm making 85% back. So I'm making 25% on you pretty much on this stuff. Pay these guys to list it, all that stuff. It's just
give me an offer on all the watch stuff.
okay. Let me look into some more of these. I know that one's too. So this is probably the best one I've had so far.
Was it what I said it was?
About 3. Yeah. This is another South Bend, so this one will be good. Yeah, sorry to make y'all stand around for so long. This is like, the watches are literally the hardest thing to look up. So for all the watches, I'm at pretty much 2,000 is where I'm at. And then if you wanted to sell this, it'd be like an extra $50. So 2,050, and then this stuff I'd hold off on. It's just
All right. What
most,
about
like
the
you said,
knives?
spendable
What would
stuff.
you get for the knives?
Probably around like 6-ish. 6.
So
So around
say
20.
this
That'd be like $26.50.
for everything, including the knives
Including the knives and this weird
Right.
key thing.
and everything here.
And this stuff here, yeah. And like there's a couple, like if you want to keep some, you can take that
I
one
don't.
back. It's not really worth anything.
Just go bring the knives in here. Yeah,
You want to do
26.
it?
Sure.
26.50?
And
8, 9, 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50.
feel like it's gone again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. It's a pleasure doing business. All right, guys, so we just picked all this stuff up. Lots of watches, lots of knives, a bunch of pocket watches that you saw. Ended up paying $26.50 for all this stuff. Probably like $1,100 in knives. These are tough, man. Probably 1,000 to 12 in these watches. And then the pocket watches were kind of the best. I think there was like a little over $2,000 in value here, maybe $2,300, somewhere around there. So we won't quite double up, but it's easy stuff to list and easy stuff to sell. It'll sell really fast. The pocket watches usually do for us. So, but yeah, $26.50 all in on this stuff. So. All right, guys. So this is, how did this get all? All right, stop moving, you stupid camera. Anyway.
I can't talk to you. Say
Right?